to them. Although I'm not flamboyant, I could be very egocentric and all those types of things, you know. And this has nothing to do with being gay or not being gay. This has to do just with my personality. And they could make judgment calls, you know, about who they think I am and all that. And that could get in the way of me really helping them, you know. And a man, a real man, would recognize that, you know, because they understand that it's not so much that whatever their fear is of my egocentrism or, you know, my personality, you know, my flair, whatever you want to call it. It's not so much that needs to be paid attention to. It's what am I doing in, you know, the lives of these youths, you know, to help keep them protected and keep them better. You know, instead of sitting around making a video about flamboyant gay black men and how they're destroying black men, why not make a video about, like, for example, my sister. I was talking to my mother the other day, and she told me that my nephew, my little 5-year-old nephew, you know, it has been talking about killing himself, and he wants to see God. Now, that's serious to me. That's serious, okay? My little 5-year-old nephew has a wonderful mother, wonderful mother. I have not yet called my sister back because a man, right, a real man, is going to take time to consult instead of, you know, trying to diagnose, come up with remedies, because I'm no doctor, I'm no psychiatrist. But I'm take time to consult with God and other people so that I can have the proper response to be able to help my nephew. Now, I'm saying this because he has a daddy. Now, I don't know whether his father, you know, is in tune enough to be able to tap into what's going on. But we need men that are going to be able to rescue little boys like that. Because what if he's saying that because somebody did something to him, right? What if he's saying that because my little nephew has been bullied? He's 5 years old, and you know, he's smart. He has very proper English, and so other little boys and little girls call him names and pick on him, right? And we know, like, stuff like that's going to happen, and he needs to be able to know, though, that, and he does through my sister, because the feminine energy and masculine energy on her side, you know, it's all about growth and development and what can I do to be there for my son and to protect my son, instead of calling him out of his name and why are you saying that and coming up with all this other, you know, nonsense, you know, like this dude is, you know, coming up with a rationale about flamboyant gay black men, asking why can't they tone it down, when the reality is, the question is really more personal from him. Why can't y'all stop being who you are so that I can come out the closet and be who I am? I don't know. That may be the question. I don't know. But I can't make that judgment, because the reality is I need to pay attention, and those of us who are miracle-minded, instead of judging the brother for making his video, I can look at the strength and say this about him making his video. There is a concern, a chief concern within him, because this isn't within him, but he said that it, I think he said things as if other, you know, black men, you know, had the same idea. So this group of whomever he's representing, there's something within them that is noble enough to say they would like for flamboyant gay black men to tone it down. And there's something noble about that statement. I'm just trying to figure out what. I still haven't figured it out. Anything that lacks love, anything that lacks love is a call for help, and it's fear. And it's the ego-driven mind, easing God out, that begins to take on these prideful thoughts that we have the right, you know, to tell people how to live their lives. That we have the right, you know, when in reality, you know, Jesus, when you are reading scripture, Jesus attracted people who lived in self-inflicted nonsense. S-I-N. That was an acronym for sin. which we all do. We all live in some sort of self-inflicted nonsense. Attracted these people, and I have not read to date where the enlightened master belittled these people. So if God, who created me, has not belittled me, and this is for you who have taken what he said so personal. Some of you may be saying, well, you're taking it personal because you're doing a video. Yeah, I am. I admit that. So this is also for you, though, that we don't really need to focus on taking it so personal to where we forget what our vision and what our purpose is as black men. Regardless of age, race, sexual identity, creed, religion, or lack of religion. Regardless of that. Mission. Missionary-minded people. And our mission is simply to love God and serve people and serve God and love people. I find no service in tearing down a group of men because they wear high heel shoes and because they don't fit into the structure and confines of what my mind says is the right way to live. I don't even find pleasure in getting into a debate with dude who made this video about the flamboyancy of gay men and why. I don't derive pleasure from that. I would actually like to see the brother, because actually, you know, he has a very good speaking voice. So he could probably flip that and talk about something that really matters, like helping my 5-year-old nephew, so that we could come together as black gay men and try and find out like what happened and what's ailing him and what can we do within our community to stop the molestation, to stop the incest, to stop the name calling, the bullying, to stop the dogmatic belief systems that we have been indoctrinated with, you know, through generations, to stop all that nonsense and to, you know, offer spiritual principles, you know, and to like be living examples of that in our everyday lives, you know, by facing, you know, our disasters and our triumphs. You know, I would like to be able to have a conversation about that with all men, not just black men and white men and gay men and straight men, just all men, you know. And because I am surrounded, thank God, by loving and caring men who are able to have those kinds of conversations, and we'll probably laugh and probably have fun with this particular video this dude did, it becomes less important to me to respond to what he's saying about the flamboyancy, and more important to me to respond from a place of love about, well, it's not our job to change people, rescue people, and save people. We enter into assignments with people so that we can maximize God's plan of salvation. There are brothers that just love being with men, but do not have the ability to say that because of what society and what the Bible and what other people, and check it out, their lack of personal relationship with God as they understand God. So all this other outside stuff and what people think have begun to rule them, and they have forgotten the essential principle that when they die, they ain't taking none of them people with them. None of them people going in the grave with them. None of them. Not one of them. Not one. Not one. Not one. We have to meet our Creator ourselves. So while we're here on this planet, what we're designed to do, we're created to do, we're created to love. So that was a very unloving video made about the flamboyancy of black gay men. It was a bunch of crap too. It's a hot mess. My personal opinion. But who am I? My job is to continue to pray for the miracle, the shift in my thinking, so that I can be open